Hi crafty friends, and welcome to another Pixie Dust Designs video. Today I will be using the Ugly Vest die set to create some embellishments that are great for using on cards or other projects. So let's get right into it. So I have gone ahead and die cut out some of the pieces for the vest. So this is the main portion of the vest. I have all of the trims die cut out on some holographic paper, and these are all backed with some double-sided adhesive so I can just add them on, as well as these little embellishments here. This one just popped off, but I'm going to be using these to adorn the little sweaters. I also have hangers cut out as well, and I'll be coloring these using my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers, as well as some of my flare pens. I don't know why I reached for these, but these work perfectly for what I need them to do. So I use those as well. I began by adding the gold accents to this sweater. Here I'm adding that middle layer of edging that goes around the sweater. Next I'll add on the armhole details. And there we have that completed vest, sweater vest. You just want to be sure when you're adding these on, if you add double-sided adhesive to the back, that you just press it down to keep everything in place. But once it's down, it's good to go. Now moving on to my embellishments. So I decide to add the gingerbread to this sweater vest. I use my Tan Blend Spectrum Noir marker, and I start with the mid color. I'm going to color two of those blank gingerbread shapes, the ones without the face. So I just take that middle color and I just color all over the gingerbread. So again, I'm doing two of those, one for each side of the little sweater vest. And then I'm going to go back in with my darkest shade of tan, and I'm going to outline these little gingerbread cuts. And once I've done that, I am going to go over both of them with my lightest shade just to blend it all together. And I love doing this coloring on pieces that are already die cut out onto this double-sided adhesive, because I have a little bit more freedom to be messy, if that makes sense. I know I'm coloring outside of the lines, but it doesn't matter, because what's needed to be colored is colored, and all the scribble on the outside is just going to get left in place. So yeah, so there you see me just going back over that with my lightest shade, and we have cute little gingerbread. And now I'm going to add those onto the sweater vest. And this is how it's looking. I did think that these needed some icing or some highlighting, so I grabbed my Jelly Roll pen and I just add some highlights. I don't know what I was thinking in this moment, but I should have just did the squiggles along each arm and leg. You'll see me later go back and do that once I add the smaller gingerbread on. But yeah, I just went in and added some white highlights, and there we have that. Speaking of those tiny little gingerbread, here I am adding those on, and I did use the same coloring technique that I used on the larger one. Again, you will see me adding on some highlights with the white Jelly Roll pen, and this is when I decided, oh yeah, let's add those squiggles on. So that is what I am doing here. Luckily, this was an easy fix, but this is how my vest is looking so far. Now moving on, I decided I wanted to add some gumdrops. So I grab a few of my green gems and I add those to the centers of the larger gingerbread to mimic the look of gumdrop buttons. I just use my glue pen and put those in place. And once that's complete, I add my sweater to a hanger. You will see me fussing with this wet glue and trying to add this sweater vest onto this hanger, because I completely forgot I have double-sided adhesive on the back of this sweater vest. So I ended up just folding back the backing paper on that adhesive and adhering the hanger to that. For my final touch to this, I used that red flare pen and just colored the top hook part of that hanger and added that on for a finishing touch. Once that was complete, here you will see my completed sweater embellishment. I did decide to pop this sweater vest up on a piece of printed cardstock, and I stamped on the "We Wish You a Merry Christmas" sentiment, and there is a completed card to give you more inspiration. Next up, I am using my holographic accents to trim out this sweater vest. So you'll see me adding those on. Again, everything is backed with double-sided adhesive. So I just stick it down and press it into place. Once that is complete, I go ahead and grab that red flare pen, and I'm going to color 2 of those candy canes. Once I finish coloring each of those, I add them on. And this is what our vest is looking like. I did find some of these peppermint clay sprinkles in my stash, so I wanted to use them on here. Let's just make this a peppermint sweater vest. So we have like the red peppermint, and then we have the stripes on the sweater vest that remind me of the spearmint peppermints. So I'm just going to add a few of these on, trying to mirror the design on each side. I did struggle a little bit adding these on and just getting them to stick, but that was because some of the slices aren't flat. They're kind of curved or jagged in some areas. So I had to go back and pick pieces that were smooth on the side that I wanted to adhere. After I'd completed adding those peppermints on, I went in with some gems and I added those into those the circles that are cut out on the trim. I considered adding the mini candy canes to kind of go along with how I did the gingerbread vest, but I'm glad I decided not to. Now I'm just going to go in with my white jelly roll pen, of course, and I'm going to not only clean up some of the stripes, I didn't like how they looked, but also add a little dot here and there to mimic highlighting on the candy cane so they pop a little bit more. To finish up this sweater embellishment, I just added it to a hanger. I added another peppermint to the center of that hanger and colored the handle portion or the top part of the hanger red again. Here is how my embellishments turn out, all stylized and whatnot. And here is how I added the green sweater to a card. Again, it is popped up on some pattern cardstock, and I used the Keep It Cozy sentiment from the die set. I just cut that out of metallic cardstock. And there we have our second completed card. Thank you so much for stopping by the Pixi Dust Designs channel. Please be sure to head over to the Instagram at Pixi Dust Designs, as well as the VIP group on Facebook. Also, be sure to follow me. I'm Natasha of Polite Creations. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.